The parent's individuality usually informs their parenting style. Now, Adetonwu is a parenting expert, and she's here to talk about the different parenting styles that there are. Now, which is best for different kids based on their personality? It's a big question, parenting styles. Welcome back to the studio.
Titi, I would have loved for us to kick off this topic, but I'm seeing fried smoked fish.
Okay.
At that corner, so I'm tempted with my Ijebu.
Don't worry.
My Ijebu Gari.
We'll
so please
some.
make available Ijebu Gari.
We'll keep some, don't worry.
Okay, so now I can flow now, because when I see things like that, it just dissuades me. Okay, basically, yeah. Let me ask you first. You have different types of patterns of parenting style. And then I have my own way. Which do you practice?
Okay, so I feel like I'm authoritative. So I know that there are different types, but I've done my research. So I give my kids the chance to make mistakes, and then I correct them, and then I explain the reason why I'm correcting them. So that's my style of parenting. But it doesn't work for everybody. So a lot of people feel they don't have to explain anything to a child. Child should just do it.
No, basically, yes, you're right. A lot of people feel it's not necessary for them to carry their children along. But if you're scolding a child, you have to let that child know the reason why you're scolding the child. You put your rules down, you state them clearly. But at the same time, you have to understand that this is a collaboration thing. If you say you want it done this way, your child has to know the reasons why you want it done this way, the negative impact and the positive impact of why it should be done that way. So for me, I've looked at the various parenting styles, and I feel maybe because of our society and then the way we're going this right now, the authoritative pattern is better because children are beginning to understand more. Children are beginning to become a little bit more inquisitive. You tell them to do things, they want to ask you, Mommy, why do you want me to do this? So if you have your laid down rules, this is what I want, this is the way I want it done, and they violate those rules, you still have to come back to the fact that, oh, these children are smart. So we'll now talk about it, that, okay, why didn't you do it? Why did you do it? You have to give them room and then carry them along in line of all these things.
Okay, but for those that don't know the other styles, or that they're even practicing these other styles, can we break down what those styles
negligently, a lot of people, a lot of mothers, a lot of parents practice the permissive style. And this is because of sentiments.
Okay.
You know, you see somebody who says, I haven't had a child in 15 years, in 20 years, and once this child comes, this child becomes a goddess. They don't want to do anything to offend this child. I was traveling some time ago, and I was scolding a little girl and my friend's daughter, and she was like, no, she's not going to talk to you again. She won't play with you. And I'm like, are you? Come on, sleep off. Whose business is that if she doesn't want to talk to me? At 2 years plus, she doesn't want to talk to me. So they would rather be their children's friend than be their children's parents. And for me, at this age, this is not the time for you to say you want to be your child's friend. You would rather be your child's parent. Teach that child the way that child will not go out to disgrace you. Because when you have children who have permissive training, they go out and people begin to identify their flaws. Like, your child could not even greet me. Your child was so carried away with his games. Don't mind them. These children of these days, they are so addicted to games. Oh, really? Then your child now goes out and becomes so different in the midst of children who are well trained.
Okay.
So a lot of Nigerian parents practice that. So what we have to adjust in that line is, no matter how long it took you to have a child, no matter how much you love a child, discipline is more important in a child's life at this stage when they're growing than being friends.
Okay, so now if we go to the disciplined style of parenting, that's the authoritarian style.
Gandoki style.
Yes.
Or yes, sir.
Yes.
The children can't even look
style.
into their father's face. The fear is there. These children, like, you tell them, go to bed. That child will even oversleep. Because he doesn't know the fear of what is going to happen next. He doesn't want to know. He doesn't want the father to unleash. And these children fall into the society at the end of the day, and they are so withdrawn. They can't relate easily. And these things also affect them psychologically, and it affects them academically. Because even when they have issues in school or they have problems that they should come to their parents to talk to their parents about, they can't even walk up, they can't even communicate. Basically, I look at the authoritarian method and the authoritative method. There's a break in communication line. The authoritarian style of parenting does not even give room for there to be communication. True. It is do as I say, and you cannot change the rules, and you don't even have to know the reason why these rules are stately stated there. So for me, I don't think parents these days should pick that style, because if you pick that style, you're definitely going to destroy your child, because your child will become a tyrant. Your child will do things that when they now come back to tell you that, oh, your daughter did this or your son did this, you won't believe it. But you didn't give your child an opportunity to talk to you. That is why you find out that a lot of children are rape victims these days, because their parents just want to do what they want to do, and they don't want to know how this child feels. And then when things are happening, they can't even call their mother's attention, their father's attention. Sometimes they will run to their mother and say, I don't want your father's trouble, John. Just stay on your own. You know, it's not worth it.
So now we've covered three. We've covered authoritative, we've covered authoritarian, we've also covered permissive. Is there one more?
I think
Yes.
I don't care.
Okay.
These nonchalant mothers, they're not there for the children. They don't understand what the children do. They don't know. And the irony of it is they would always bring up stories to cover up for their flaws.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I was so busy at work. I'm sorry. Can we talk about it when I come? I have to rush. I have a meeting now. You know? They don't care. They don't even know what is going on in their children's life. So their children begin to do things. Their children now have a different life and a different home outside the original home. Because their parents are not even aware that they do things like this.
So they're not involved.
They're not involved in any way. I have this experience. My aunt had a daughter who was going to a good school in Lagos those days. And when she comes home, she would put cigarettes under her pillow. A girl of about 15. Wow. And when I come from the UK, then and I say, you know, she will even carry the land phone and hide it under the pillow. So when I tell them, people say, leave her. She's just a time. They would outface it. They are just, I'll be like, oh, really? So until the day a guy came to look for her in the house, and then I held the guy's private and I said, today, two of us, one of us will meet God in heaven.
Wow.
But the mother didn't care, because she felt that the girl had gotten to puberty age.
Wow.
And then she was always, and these are parents that they always travel. And when they come, they will just bring something.
They'll give them gifts.
They'll give them gifts. Say, don't worry, just do this for me. I'll give you this. If you do this for me, don't worry, I'll compensate. They have to compensate their kids to do things and to get things done. And for me, if you are that kind of parent who does that, it is high time you begin to take a turn around. I always tell people, as a parent, you might think that's the best way for you to do something, but go outside the box and look at how other people are doing it and look at the style that is best for you.
Tone, I don't know how it is you get to the crux of the matter so quickly and so effectively. Thank you so much.
Because I want to go and lambast that smoked fish with a
Okay, no problem. Adito. Wow, Adito. Love you for coming to the studio. Thank you so much. We have so much more to talk about. Please take it to social media. Tell us your opinion on this issue, your style of parenting. How is it and how has it been working for you? Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.